Hello guys, today we're going to be reacting to Brody animates Instant Regrets. Let's see if we agree. Let's see if we don't agree. If you want to check out these videos, these are by Brody Animations, or Brody Animates. But yeah, let's get into it.
Imagine a button that could rewind time by just 5 seconds.
Does that mean that if you have diarrhea from Taco Bell, you can just rewind it and you don't have diarrhea anymore?
Think of the possibilities. A waiter says, enjoy your meal, and you say, you too?
That's the worst.
Rewind. Say something stupid on your first date? Rewind.
What?
Take a chance in a public bathroom with a broken lock?
Oh! No, that's the worst. No, that's the worst. I have to agree with him there. I have to agree with them. I can't speak. No, I have to agree with him right there, bro. That's the worst.
Rewind hard. After all, this would be far easier than the usual method of taking out the witnesses. Until science figures it out, this is all I got. Nothing personal, buddy. I have far too many regrets that I felt instantly, and I would give anything to take back what is by far my most embarrassing moment. I was going to visit my mom, who had just moved into a new place. All she had told me was that it was a basement suite. I'd never been there before, nor did I know what a basement suite was. Was it a completely separate apartment from upstairs? Was it just somebody's basement? You never know. I didn't feel like kicking around a stranger's backyard to find out, so I tried to give my mom a call. No answer, no text, nothing. She's probably busy. So, logically, I decided to try the front door. I walked up the porch, saw a light on, and thinking it was my mom, turned the unlocked handle and stepped inside. Only to see...
Especially watching one of my favorite movies, that's crazy.
Is Miss Animates here? What? No! Get out of my house! I'm so sorry. I have never wanted to crawl out of my own skin more than in that moment. Nothing but regrets ran through my mind. Why did I open that random door? Why didn't I wait to hear from my mom? Why did I leave the witnesses? Imagine just watching a movie with your partner and a 6'2" stranger just walks through your front door. Oh, is that Sonic 3? Great choice. It's basically masterpiece cinema. But that was temporary. I've never wanted to press a 5-second rewind button more than when I got in my first car accident. Oh, this? No, this wasn't an accident. No witnesses. I was visiting my grandparents for the summer, and my brother and I wanted to swap vehicles for funsies. Him with my Mustang.
Oh, don't tell
me
me he scratched his car instead.
They're both fun cars to drive. So he took my car to work, and I went to run some errands. After hitting a cafe and a clothing store, I went to grab some groceries. As I drove in, I saw a spot near the entrance, albeit a little too close to pull right in. So I ended up facing the car next to me. Just had to back up to readjust. Brock's car is a manual, like mine, with one key difference. The reverse gear is on the opposite side, beside first gear. So you have to push the shifter really far left and forward. So that's what I did. I rolled forward a bit, as you do in a manual when you let off the brake, and just had to gas out of it. Oh my god, he's gonna kill me. I was in first gear the whole time. To make matters worse, his girlfriend was in the passenger seat.
His girlfriend was in the passenger seat? That's crazy.
God, don't worry, I can take care of this. All right. I guess there's only one thing to do. No witnesses! Just kidding, but I thought about it. I parked the car, being extra careful in reverse, and waited beside the car I hit. It was just a scratch, but it wouldn't have been right to bail. Eventually, the owner came out, and I was prepared for a verbal beatdown, a scolding. My license would be revoked, and after my prison sentence, I would have to use exclusively electric scooters, like a loser. But instead, I was met with the kindest old man I've ever met, which made me feel so much worse.
Yes, especially doing something bad to the kindest person you ever, the kindest stranger you ever met. Like, that just feel even worse because they're just so kind, and then you just did something bad to them. Yeah, no, that's the worst.
Preferred if he'd punched me in the face, but he understood it was an accident and said to me, "It is what it is." Can you just hate me?
Yeah, no, that's the
worst.
worst.
Paint touch-up, shook his hand, and parted ways.
Yeah,
I still had to deal with
gotta be nice back to him.
I swore his girlfriend to silence until I told him myself, which she did not make easy.
Oh no. You stupid ass! Let me react! I'm trying to react.
She did not make easy.
Oh, hey, how'd it go?
Parking was a nightmare, but it's nothing to get bent out of shape over. We're in any good spot, so we had to start from scratch. I stewed in guilt all day until Brock came home. I pulled him aside and said, "Hey, can you step outside? I gotta talk to you for a minute." What'd you do to my car? What did you do to my car?
God.
Well, only one way to make it even, bud.
Alright.
The car! Scratch the car!
Oh,
In the end,
God.
everything was fine. It was an honest mistake with minimal damage, and now Brock could hold it over my head forever like a proper sibling. And thanks to Swoosh's video, you also know how I drove on the wrong side of the road in New Zealand.
Oh, God.
Maybe I should stick to electric scooters.
Nah, you're fine.
Breaking news! I had Taco Bell earlier, and now my time.
I mentioned that at the freaking start of the video! What? I mentioned that at the start of the video, and now you're saying that you have Taco Bell diarrhea? Freaking what?
News. Oh my God! Just because you don't care about it doesn't mean it's not news. Just stick to the script. Fine.
That just
This video
reminds
is
me that
sponsored by.
one gorilla tag, and I don't think it was an animation where the gorilla was getting chased by chased by 3 lava monkeys, and he screamed at one of them saying, "Stick to the script!" I just wanted to point that out.
Ditch that rinky-dink browser that hasn't changed in years and
No, thank you. I do not want something corrupting browser history.
I have. Can you handle that, Phil? Did you download it yet? I was gonna download it later.
Oh, God!
Clicks, Phil. 2 clicks. Back to the video. If you see my short about it, you might know Best Buy delivered me a cracked TV twice.
I did not see
that wasn't my fault, but
I guess I'll say it later.
I almost cracked it anyway. When we moved into our new place, I decided to mount
Why'd
the
you do
TV
this,
all by
baby?
myself like a big boy. Now, believe it or not, the YouTube animator is not the most proficient handyman. See, when you hang something heavy on a wall, you generally want to mount it on the studs.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're just relying on flimsy drywall. But the studs were too far apart for the mount.
Oh,
Now do I A, return and order a new mount that would arrive in literally 24 hours? B, purchase drywall anchors rated for the weight of the TV? Or C, use tiny screws I already own and gamble on one of the most expensive things I have?
I picked the last option.
Yep, that's not going anywhere. You'll never take me down. I'm invincible. No, you're not. I can see you.
He said invincible.
What? You heard me. You're not invincible. I can see you. Alright, I think you have a fundamental misunderstanding of my...
So I guess that plugged the video. It's because I had to do something. Or the clip might have just skipped it. Because... Yeah, never mind.
Where is that coming from?
The TV!
House? Settling?
No, this is the TV. Yep,
It's going
yep.
somewhere! We ran to the TV before it fell and placed it on the floor. To no one's surprise, the screws popped out and half of them were too small to even be effective. So the next day, I went to the hardware store and got bigger drywall screws. But I reached another obstacle. To properly attach them, I would have to remove the mount, place the plastic anchor, then drill in the mount with the screws. Now, do I A, do as described properly and learn from my mistakes? B, hire someone who actually knows what the hell they're doing? Or C, screw them in at random around the holes, further ruining the wall and hope that somehow does the job?
That one!
Yep, that's not going anywhere.
Are you sure?
Now do I A?
Do
Oh,
it
God.
properly, you idiot!
Back to the hardware store I went. I must have looked like the biggest moron ever, returning
Yeah, you did.
half an hour after buying drywall screws to buy plaster and even bigger screws. But finally, I took down the mount and set it up properly. Lesson here being, learn from your mistakes. The first time. Recently, Izzy, Prince, and I suffered through one of the worst nights of our lives. Coming home one night, we opened the door of our house to find nothing. Usually, there's a tail wagging furball at our feet, but not
Yeah, I feel
this
like
time.
most
We turned on the
dogs do
light
that.
and saw him at the top of the stairs, looking guilty, with a
Bad
chocolate
boy, what you
pepper
do-
on the floor.
Oh.
He's gonna die!
He's not gonna die. Every dog owner has dealt with it, and I've had enough pet incidents to know that a tiny amount of milk chocolate wouldn't kill him. A stomach ache at most. But when we went to the top of the stairs, there was a torn open lint bag with nothing inside of it.
Oh,
Not
sad.
even a wrapper. God damn it.
He's gonna die! Oh my god!
He had sifted through a grocery bag, pulled out the chocolate, and ate every single ball whole. Now that can't be ignored.
Yeah, that
so we
cannot be
jumped in my
ignored.
truck and floored it to an emergency vet.
So it looks like.
He's gonna die! No!
No. We just made him vomit.
To death! No! Oh my god, my poor
Thank you for
Are
your
you
help.
okay?
Despite nearly dying and puking up what the vet described as a faucet of liquid chocolate, this dude
God.
walked out of the clinic grinning ear to ear. Apparently, the sweet taste of Swiss chocolate was worth the lethal dose.
Yeah.
After a tired drive home, we finally settled in to go to sleep. A hectic night, sure, but we definitely dodged a bullet. That's all that fate had in store for us.
All right.
I wouldn't even need a rewind
Are
button.
you
I
sure
just
about
ripped my
that?
toenail off.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know what
sure-
you said. What you said?
Hectic night, sure, but we definitely
She
dodged
said
a
what?
bullet. That's all that fate had in store for us. I wouldn't even need a rewind button.
I just ripped my toenail off.
Oh!
Oh, I'm sure it just feels like that. I
No,
doubt you
you
actually
won't.
ripped it off.
Oh, God!
I have no idea how, but Izzy's
Oh.
toenail tore completely off. Rewind button, rewind button!
Yeah, now you
so
need
we
it.
jumped back in
Now
the
you
truck
need it.
and drove around all over again. It was nearly 2 a.m. by the time we bloodily limped into an urgent care room.
Yeah, we're pretty busy tonight. It's gonna be an 8-hour wait.
What? There's no one here.
That man has been waiting for a while.
Are you okay?
Is he?
We should
Do
go.
you want a
So
piece of chocolate?
that was the longest night of our lives. We did eventually see a doctor who basically told us, well, too bad, you're just gonna have exposed nerve endings for a week, which was really awesome to hear. But she's
Yeah.
okay now, physically.
Uh,
But the regrets, unfortunately, don't end there. Let me share with you my instant regret lightning round. Every haircut I've ever gotten. Washing a wine glass with my fat hands, shattering it everywhere, and slicing my pinky nearly in half. Ages 12 through 15. Every time I've used Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, God.
Leg day. Designing my animated character when I was 13. Becoming friends with the infamous Swoosh. Picking a hangnail. Ordering Uber Eats. Ever. Every gamer tag or username. But in the end, most of these regrets are just goof-ups on my part. If there's anything I've learned, it's that the biggest regrets are when you're too scared to do what you really want to do. What if I'd never put my arm around Izzy on our first date? Never jumped off that bridge in New Zealand? Never wrapped my car in Dynaco Blue? So just take those leaps. Tackle
Okay.
short-term fear or live with long-term regret. Worst
Wait.
case scenario, you get a silly video.
Wait, does that mean I can have Taco Bell and Chipotle? Stand contest?
Thanks for watching the video, guys. As always, my team works super hard, so please support them. And if you don't,
Okay, well, that's gonna be the end of the video. See you guys later. See ya.